Hello and welcome to What's Map for Cities Skylines, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. There are thousands of items on the workshop now, so finding the right one for your next city build is a huge task. So each day, Monday to Saturday, we'll review some using our 5-star rating and the coveted seal of approval. So join me, fellow Skylines explorers, as we venture out to today's new land. Who am I? I'm BonBonB, and you are very, very welcome.
Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to What's Map, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. BonBon here. How you doing? Hope you had a really good weekend. I sure did. I had a lot of fun working on Duvo, my current city build. It's starting to look really good. I'm really pleased with it. I hope you're keeping up with the latest episodes of that on the channel. Now today's map is based on another computer game. You don't have to play that computer game to appreciate this map for what it is. The game itself is Forza Horizon 4. It's a racing game, and I used to love racing, especially I was quite good on Grand Theft Auto. Not so good on the shooting, but really quite good on the driving. But now the map itself has a few minor problems, nothing that's going to turn you off. That said, the problems will begin before we start reviewing the map, so don't run away when you start seeing these occur before we even see the map, because it's better than that anyway. What else is good? Finger exercise. That's right, time for that. That's right, hitting that like button really does support the channel, helps me get seen by more people, and helps me grow a little bit more every single day, so thank you very much for your assistance. Right, today's map is Forza Valley by Sengin. That is indeed the loading screen thumbnail. You think that Sengin would be able to do better than a nighttime shot. There's your start square. Start square is okay, actually. I don't really have too much of a problem with that. And then the resources, actually, apart from a little bit of field painting, which, take it or leave it, that looks okay as well. So, it's all okay. Off to the workshop. Now, question marks. It's apparently a mass transit, park life and snowfall requirement map. We will be using the SCT Stray Cats themed homecoming theme, and for a long time we haven't used the satellite LUT. It's the requested LUT, so we'll be using that as well. So obviously, does this map really require those DLCs? That's why I question. Possibly mass transit, I'll give you that. The other two, I don't really instantly see any reason why you'd need those two. And there are a few other requirements there you would have seen in that list as well. I'm pretty sure all those trees and plants like these encroaching grasses are absolutely required. You see, if you didn't subscribe to those encroaching grasses, what would encroach onto your road? Huh? What would? Anyway, that little road, I'm not sure where that goes to, but we're not going to follow it. We're going to stick to the highway for a minute. Because Forza Horizon 4 is a game where you'll be racing along the roads at high breakneck speeds. And to be honest with you, mighty dangerous. Now this is probably the worst bit of terraforming in the entire map. To me, it looks like somebody shoved a pencil into the map and left just the point sticking out. Look at that little green pencil there. So yeah, that's as bad as the map gets. Okay, there are minor problems, like pedantic problems, like here. This looks okay as an intersection, a little bit wonky, but it's okay. Where does that head to? Heads over there. But look at these bridges, especially this one here. I've come down here, we have a little bit of blue mantle. Pedantic, yeah? You had to get right underneath it to see it. But if you'd watched my my blue mantle tutorial, how to get rid of it, then you would know how easy and quick it would be to fix that. I mean, literally a 1-second job to remove that. Now we're going to have a look at this. We are going to go down that route we looked at a second ago, but these two bridges are a point of order as well. First of all, the one on this side, it's leveler than the one on the other side. The one on the other side has a support pillar, whereas the one on the other side that we're looking at now doesn't, and we have a little bit of blue mantle as well. Once again, this is a minor stuff. That's a couple of taps on the page down button on move it, and just basically deleting away the pillar. I don't really think it needs it. So what's going on down here? We have a cemetery in its own grounds. That's okay. I don't think it adds anything, but equally I don't think it takes anything particularly away either, and certainly nothing that the bulldoze key wouldn't fix. Same with encroaching foliage on the edge of the road there. Now this little bridge here, just a little grumble, and I don't mind this foliage here. I can believe that would actually need some weeding at that location. But this bridge I've got a little bit of a problem with. Look on the left hand side there, it's a little bit higher than the one on the right. It just looks a little bit not quite right. Okay, I'm going to fix this. I'm going to fix it. More encroaching foliage, by the way. I did notice it. We're not going to look at everything, okay? But there we are. Let's go in, choose, add a node into the middle of the bridge about there. Yep. We've added the node. Select the node. We'll pump it up a couple of points. Up, about there. Ish. We'll come across to this side of the bridge and we'll select that node and we'll drop it down just a couple of points. That looks a lot better already, and in fact what we'll do is we'll just select that node and we'll drop that down as well, just a little bit. Now for me that looks a lot more natural for a bridge. Tiny little hump in the middle. Yes, the pillar, yes, that pillar there, easily deleted, but we're no, look, I don't need to show you how to delete a pillar. But for me that's just a minor touch that probably would have gone unnoticed had it been in place. Now this dirt track goes all the way down to the river and joins up with where we're going. Nice little bit of rock work here. I quite like that. Credit there. We're going to stick to the main road though, and we'll join up with the dirt track in a minute. Could have followed the dirt track. We're not going to miss anything. I promise you, both are equally as uninspiring. In fact, if we'd gone the other way, we could have taken in the rock work as a matter of the journey. What am I doing? Anyway, down here, this bridge. Now, this bridge, minor grumbles on this as well. There's that dirt track. I'd like to see it slightly more centrally aligned to the river. Just slightly. But I can live with that. But look here, let's go down to street view level. There we go. Driving along there, you've got to have like proper suspension to get up onto the bridge. Same on both sides. Just needs aligning a little bit. Well, we can do that. Shall we do that? It's going to take 2 seconds, right? Move it. Try again. Move it. That's it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think it was 5 taps there. Yeah, there you go. Fixed. Absolutely fixed. Done. Much better. We won't grumble about how the white lines don't line up. It's very difficult to persuade the game to do everything we need it to when you're using custom assets. But yeah, fences on the slope. You might grumble about the fences on the slope. I can deal with that as well. So now 2 routes here, 2 choices. I don't have any problem with the fact because we are basing it on a different game, and so they kind of like the roads are guides to within the other game, a nod to the other game. Nothing more than that. You don't really need to worry too much about it. Down here, this is your start square. Start square looks pretty solid, I think. Up here, we've got a wonderful thing going on here. We've got the sound barriers, and then we go down to 3 lanes here. From the 4 lanes down to the 3 lanes, maybe so we can build into that field, possibly. So 4 lanes mass transit road, 3 lanes vanilla road, 4 lanes mass transit road, and onwards. And onwards. And if we have a look down here, then we've got a little fence. This is going to lead us down to a little clearing. I need to go down to this clearing for reasons that will be abundantly clear when we get there, like this thing here. That's right, it's the asset review time. Peel Region Headquarters by JSF1, and it's a building, lots of windows. Don't know what to say to it really. It's there. It's what it is. Factoids, because factoids. Oh, hang on. Turn the page. Turn the page quick. We're running out of time. BonBonB. Quick. When Lord Byron and Lady Caroline Lamb became lovers, they exchanged locks of hair. From their pubic area. That's what it says here. It's not my fault. That's what it says. Peel Region Headquarters by JSF1, today's asset of today. So let's have a little mooch up at this intersection here. Now I don't have any major problems with this. I have one minor one, which I'll point out to you in a minute, but it looks good. Once again, I think it's hand built and probably based on the intersection within Forza. You could grumble a little bit about the sound barriers and stuff, and I normally would, but there's plenty to talk about with this map, such as this highway lane here. Look, see how it runs parallel with the one on the right, then it drops down below it, and then it comes back up level with it. Oh, there are lots of little things like that I can be talking about, and this is already going to be a 20-minute long review, and we don't have time for that. Yep, okay. Once again, I'm not going to criticise because it's based on a map that I haven't seen, very loosely, of course. Now, the Bay Bridge, I'm the only person in the world who's not used it yet. I've got to say, it looks a little bit droopy. I think it's a little bit too squished together, and then elongated coming off the onto the mainland. Just some minor observations there, but that said, it's better than I've done because I've not used that asset yet. In fact, I've been a little bit scared too, because I think it's one of those things that's going to take me probably 5-10 minutes to learn, and I've got other things I need to be doing rather than learning to use an asset I'm not going to use. But perhaps a tutorial will follow. Now, the rail is pretty good on the whole, actually, especially at this end of the map. When we get to the other end of the map, there will be some minor things to talk about. Now, you may notice, we've got encroaching foliage into the catenaries. I'll show you that once. We won't show you that again. Or maybe we might, but we won't. Yes, you may notice a little bit of stop-start on my movement, like here. I've stopped for no reason. That's because I normally use a wired keyboard. I've temporarily switched over to a Wi-Fi. Sorry, Wi-Fi. Yes, a remote control. That's them. You know the one with the batteries. I think the battery might be dying. So, yes, unfortunately, while my wired keyboard is being reappropriated downstairs on a separate PC, I am running on this, and it's just stopping. Just stopping. Because I'm doing nothing. I have to basically take my finger off the key and then reassign it back onto the key to get it going again. Now, here's my first grumble. So everything until now has been good. We've got a slight dip in the terrain. It's not too bad. It's tapered in. It's not the smoothest transition. I thought there was blue mantle there, but there isn't. So credit again where it's due. But yes, it's possibly just a little bit not quite smooth enough going in and out. Does get a little bit worse in a minute though, just a little bit worse. Stopping again, not stopping to see anything. It's just like me going, oh, now, hurry up. I'm trying to scoot along here, and having to take your finger off of the W key and then back onto the W key just to keep moving is it's a little bit sort of annoying. I'm trying to produce a show here and I'm going, done it again. So yes, I will switch back to the wired keyboard for tomorrow's show, I promise you. Now, here, once again, we've got a not centrally aligned arch. I'd like to see that centrally aligned. And also, you may have noticed there were lead up there. The brickwork started way before. And we're up in the hills now, and it's a bit uppy-downy in the hills as well. Quite like this Harry Potter-esque arch going on there. And then off and through the forest, heading towards the edge of the map again. And again, we've got this elevated section of this brickwork. It's a bit uppy-downy. This could be a 100% smooth as far as I'm concerned. Just a little bit like the slope coming down there. It could be smoother. It could be smooth. We could still be elevated now and just hitting ground now. I think that would look a lot better. But anyway, that is about it. The rail is not too bad at all. I mean, on a score, it's probably just hitting 4 stars for the rail, I would say. But I'm just sure it re-emerges here. I thought we were done. Out the tunnel. The tunnel looks good. Oh, yeah, I thought we were done. But, here we go. We've reached our destination. We are done. I'm done. I'm completely done. Take me away.
Are you struggling with water physics in the game? Are you constantly drowning and flooding your soggy little sins? Then you need the Beginner's Guide to Water Physics by BonBonB. Click the information button now.
And so back to Forza Valley by Sengin. We have plenty of shipping routes going on. This one is a little bit sharp. Anything literally just cutting across the corner is going to do a sharp turn. This isn't too bad. We have all the options available to us there. And that goes off to the fog through there. Now, this way though, this follows the coast, which is good. We want it to follow the coast. We would like it to follow the coast right the way down the length of the map. Unfortunately, it stops halfway down the map. I think that could be extended just a bit further. It would add a little something. Right, water flow in the rivers. Now, they do say in the description the water flows are purely aesthetic, and I would say actually they do flow. They do flow. They don't flow very strong, but they do work as working rivers, and for that I'm going to give a point. You know, hey, water flow out here is virtually negligible. This is the start square around here, so basically if you work with the river in the start square, you should be okay. If you work with the coast, you might have some problems. Okay, let's have a look. Now, the fields, I quite like these fields actually. There's a nod to the fact that there are fields there without actually purely defining that they are there. It's a very nice artistic touch, and I really approve of that. Down here we've got water entering the main lake. Now, this lake I do believe is based on Derwent water up in the Lake District in England. Like the underwater rock work there, by the way, as well. Now, this lake has a good and bad going on. Like, oh, we got the jetty, and you can't quite get onto the jetty here. There is another jetty that I couldn't find a second time that was actually really nicely done. And so there we are. You can see we've got some swampy lands with a very straight edge there. And that makes me think maybe this area wasn't fully completed. And yeah, a little bit of the smoothing tool, but we'll have a look at that a little bit later. We've got some islands going on as well. The islands are pretty cool indeed. But yes, based on Derwent water. And so I will ask you now, the Lake District in the United Kingdom, and some of you will know the answers, don't give it away. Don't give it away. Oh, you probably will. Too late. How many lakes are there in the Lake District? Answer at the end of today's show. Right, so we've got some swampy areas. We've been here, we've seen that one. We've got some areas that are just a little bit. Now, look here, you can see where the river route was, or probably should have been. And I then questioned, hang on a second, is this map finished? So I've gone in to, no, you can see there, that's where the river came out. I've gone into the terrain and seen all this underwater terrain work going on. I think, I mean, so you can see this island here, how it probably was connected to the land at one point. So I find that really quite interesting. I think nothing the smoothing tool still couldn't be used to fix a little bit, but like this area here, I'm going to let it go because I am not entirely convinced that this is an error. I just think it probably, look here, you see, I'm not entirely convinced that this is an error. I think it just needs possibly just a little bit of smoothing, and we are in business. It's not too bad. In fact, overall, I like the terrain on this. It's not a map that is hideous. I mean, when you start watching the show and you see there's no loading screen. Oh, you can see obviously got the airport there, and we've got a little bit of a reservoir going on here. I'm not buying into the location of the reservoir, but it's based on another game, so we have to let it be because it might actually be there. So your chance to vote on this map, is it a 1-star map, is it a 5-star map, is it somewhere in between? Your votes really do count. We use them at the end of the month for the viewer's choice top 10 of the month. Will this be in the top 10? I think it might just be. I doubt it'll be number 1, but I think it'll be there or thereabouts in that final 10. Oh look, it's the Essential Lighthouse. Ah, lovely. Okay, aesthetically, what do I think? I think it's good. I think it's good. I don't think it's great. I would be inclined just to give this 3 stars, but the more I look at it, the more I'm sold on it. And so I'm going to give it a 4th. It is only a low 4, mind you. It's not pushing the heights of, yeah, even flirting with the 5th star. But it is a good 4-star map. Detailing. See, now this is the thing. There's some areas that are quite nice. There are some areas that leave you questioning things and need tidying up. Between the two, I think we are just about on the 3 stars. I think 3 stars is the only fair way to mark this one. Gameplay potential. Now, playing it as a Forza recreation, I've no idea. Playing it as a general map, I think everything's in place. I do. There's some things to tidy up first, which is going to lose it a star, but it's still 4 stars for gameplay. Forza Valley by Sengin. a nice surprise, and the first time they've got more than 9 stars in a review, so well done, Sengin. Good to see some improvement. I'm really proud of you. Right, anyway, thank you very much for watching, for commenting, for liking, and for subscribing. And for those of you that want to know how many lakes there are in the Lake District, the answer is 1. Lake Windermere. All the others are waters. And so, if you said hundreds of them, nope, it's just the 1. Check it out. You'll find out I'm right. Old map to vote on screen now if you want to do that. And if you don't, I'll see you tomorrow for another map in the What's Map series. Thanks for watching. I've been BonBonB. You've been very, very welcome.